Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Epic H.A.C.K.S Gladiator Skeleton from Fight Studios. We've had many entries into the great 1/12 Skeleton War of 2023, so the question is, how does this one fare? Well, let's talk about that. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this is one good-looking skeleton, and right off the bat, I'm just going to say that I will conduct most of this review with all the gear off, just because this is the only one I got from this wave so far. Though now that I've kind of played around with this, it's more than likely I'm going to go back and get the Grim Reaper one and the Pirate, because this is just, it's fun. I'm gonna say that, put that right out there, but I'm more interested in the base skeleton for right now, and we're gonna look at the accessories next, which will have all that. So with all that being said, just proportions here are fantastic. This is really just a 1/12 version of the 1/18 skeleton that we've already seen from Fight Studios. I don't have one to kind of compare it to, unfortunately, but it's straight up a skeleton. I don't know what else to say. Like, they absolutely nailed the aesthetic from top to toe, and as you can see, just even the detail in that skull itself, this looks great. Just a nice slight wash to bring out those teeth and kind of give some like real nice depth to the eyes and the nose. Other than that, just everything pretty much anatomically correct, as you would expect for a actual skeleton. So yeah, just really good stuff all around. I can see that even the details in the tailbone are completely there. A bunch of stuff that they didn't necessarily have to throw in there, but they are there. And if you're seeing some water on here, that's because I had to give it a little bit of a warm bath to get some of that gear off. But yeah, just a really cool looking skeleton. Honestly, so far of all the 1/12 skeletons that have come out this year, this I think is probably the best and most accurate looking if you're looking for just like a straight up human skeleton to have hanging around or doing some stuff. So yeah, just the aesthetics here are absolutely a 10. When it comes to accessories, we've got a fantastic loadout here, so let's jump right in. Starting with apparel, and right off the bat, we do get this very cool Gladiator helmet. Really love the metallic sheen they have here. They did some nice patina work here, like on the rivets on the top, and you can see it kind of thrown in here and there. Just gives it some nice aging, while still making it look pretty fresh, again, with just how brilliant that metallic shade is. So that looks really cool. It just slips right over the head of the figure itself. Also fits over the head of other figures, which is worth noting. And then we can move on to the pauldron. And as you can see, we got this nice leather strap with some cool texture work there. Get the buckle here painted nice and crisp. Then we have a slot here for one of the swords, which is always welcome. Always like having a place to put the weapons on the figures. And as you can see, we got another buckle here, and then the pauldron itself, and sit again, that some of that patina work, that brilliant metallic kind of gold brass sort of look, and this nice lion and couple of like branches design, pardon me. And yeah, just really cool all around. So very nice. And again, this just comes on the figure, and you can slip this one off without heating up the figure itself. Then we come down and we get the loincloth, this really nice kind of deep crimson red, and some leather straps there with the similar style of work that we saw on the pauldron. And we get a couple of buckles, so there's really crisp detail all around here. I wouldn't expect any less from Fight Studio. Some great texture work here on the cloth itself as well. And this one, I did have to separate the torso from the hips to get off. There's that, and then finally we have a couple of shin guards, and these very heavy duty, definitely kind of weigh the figure in different directions, so you got to account for that when posing. But these look so good. Again, we still have that metallic, we have the patina, we have even more ornate design with the lion face, some more stars down here, you can see, and they did some really nice work of kind of altering the lightness of that metallic finish, so that's excellent. In the back, we just have some straps and material. And for these, you just pop the feet off and they come right off, so as you can see. And I don't think these will fit on other figures. You can see they're pretty much made for the bones. So there's that. That's all the apparel. Then we get a stand for the figure. I'm assuming this is going to come with all of them. So you can see it says Epic H.A.C.K.S, and you just got a few different pegs so you can put it in different positions. Finally, some weapons. And so we get a shield. Again, very well done. Great shade, got all of that, kind of laurel or whatever that plant is. If you know, please let me know in the comments. Even the back is fully detailed. We got wood planks, We've got the leather details on the strap. We've got some rivets here on the metal piece holding the handle on. As you can see, this back piece does open up without any problem. That's just kind of cut. And then you put this over the figure's hand, though you'll probably have to heat up the hands. They are a little, a harder plastic than you can just like prime open. So worth noting. So that's the shield. Then we get two different swords. I used to know the names of these things, so I apologize for that. But we get this crooked sword. And again, those metallics just nice and bright. Fantastic crisp detail all around. Then we get the straight sword. Same thing, got a little bit more of that patina kind of going on the blade there. As you can see, really nice finish on the handle as well. And then finally, we get this kind of hand blade. It said a scissor blade on the Big Bad Toy Store description. And as you can see, there's a peg there, so you can take the hand off and then slide this on one of those pegs. So that's a really cool addition, really like unique weapon for this character. So that's accessories. We have some really nice and fun articulation going on here. And as you can see, we can hold our freestanding kick, which always makes me happy. This did take a little bit of work to get into, but all the joints are nice and tight, so it really wasn't too much of a endeavor. So for our head, we are on just a simple ball joint there, so we can look not really up. We're kind of looking just past neutral. This would be our neutral. And we can look down about that far. We get a little bit of tilt action, not a ton of room under that skull, unfortunately, but of course we can rotate all the way around. We do get a articulated jaw, so we can open up or shut. Then we come down to the shoulders and we are on a hinge and swivel, so we can come into a T. We are single jointed at the elbows, so we're not really getting too far past 90. We're getting there, which is definitely respectable. We get some rotation there as well. Then we get these ball hinges on the wrists, so these can go pretty much anywhere you want, especially if you move that joint around. You can get horizontal and vertical there. We do get a separate joint here at the diaphragm. I think that's just rotation. So yeah, you can just come around there, come down to the waist, and we do have that ball hinge there as well. So we're not gonna get crazy crunch. We're getting about that far forward, which isn't bad at all, and not really any arch back, unfortunately, but we do get some rotation there as well. Then we come down to the hips, and as you can see, we do have this kind of dumbbell joint that has those hinge and swivels. So we can come out, and we can definitely hit full splits, maybe even a little bit beyond. That's always nice. We get thigh swivel there as well. As you can see, it kind of rotates on that joint. We do have double jointed knees, which is fantastic because that means we get to fold completely in half. And then for our feet, we have those same joints, so we get some rotation. We get perfect point. We get very, very nice forward, and we can get all the rocker we need. So that's articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here they are with two other 1/12 skeletons from Yodo Toy and Kulu World, with some Hasbro and some Mattel, with some imports, with some monsters. Finally, with an articulated icons Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valorverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Epic H.A.C.K.S Gladiator Skeleton from Fight Studios is that this is a super fun figure, absolutely worthy as a 1/12 skeleton. Also works obviously with the Gladiator gear. Honestly, I just love this look. And like I said, this is the one of the wave that I got so far. I figured as a base skeleton, this one probably would work the best because I like the kind of more grayish shade than the other skeletons. So yeah, so that was kind of one thing that influenced my decision here. But honestly, I think the whole wave looks very, very strong. Like I said, I'm probably going back and getting the Pirate Skeleton and the Grim Reaper. So just so much good stuff, such a fun line. Honestly, I have yet to come across a boss fight product that I don't recommend. So I'm just glad to see that continuing. And so yeah, if you are interested, this is available in various online shops, including Boss Fight's own, and also including, but not limited to, Entertainment Earth, of whom I happen to be an affiliate. So if you use either my link or the code that's showing up right here at checkout, and this is in stock, then you'll get 10% off. And if your total order is over $59 regardless, you'll get free shipping. So definitely worth taking into account. And with that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, etc. Other ways to help the channel in the description below. And beyond that, I just want to say I hope I see you again, because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. So yeah, come on back and let's talk some more toys. So I hope that you are well. I hope that all your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.